All right, here with UFC President Dana White. It is April 1st, which I'm sure many of you know is April Fool's Day. But I want to preface this interview off. There are no April Fool's jokes here today. This interview is entirely legitimate, correct?
Unfortunately, it is, yes. I was calling people today, and everybody thought it was an April Fool's joke, but unfortunately it's not. Tony Ferguson hurt himself. He tore his LCL, and apparently that's an injury that you don't need surgery on, but he actually tore it off the bone. He's going to need surgery on his knee.
Okay, so Tony Ferguson, who was is your interim UFC lightweight champion. He was scheduled to face Khabib Nurmagomedov for the real title, UFC 223 in Brooklyn, just a week away. Now Tony is out, so what happens to UFC 223?
Well, the beautiful thing is we were able to pull together the champ at 145 pounds, Max Holloway, wants to step up, take this opportunity to fight Khabib for the 155-pound championship.
So you've got Max Holloway moving up on 6 days' notice to face Khabib, who is not a title holder of any kind, but this is for the official undisputed 155-pound champion.
Exactly.
Okay, so what does that mean with Conor McGregor, who is currently your 155-pound champion?
Yeah, so as soon as these guys step in the ring and throw a punch, it's on for the title. And whoever wins the title, and we'll see what happens with Conor over the next several months. You know, I know he had expressed some interest in fighting in September.
Well, he also had expressed some interest in fighting Frankie Edgar at UFC 222, 222. UFC 222, he expressed some interest in fighting Frankie Edgar. Did you reach out to him to see if maybe he wanted to fight Khabib on 6 days' notice?
Yeah, I don't think Conor McGregor could make the weight on 6 days' notice. That's a tough weight cut for him. And Conor isn't exactly the guy that I want to throw in as a late replacement fighter. He's a guy that I want to make a fight with, have the right amount of time to promote the fight, have the fight in the right place. So yeah, no, I'm not interested in asking Conor to take the fight.
Well, you said that he could be interested in fighting in the fall. Do you think it still is against the winner of this fight?
And when I say that, that's why I'm not going to throw him in a Frankie Edgar fight with a couple weeks' notice. But yeah, I think that Conor could return in September and you know, could be against one of these guys.
What happens to Tony Ferguson's interim championship? Is that still in place?
It goes away. This fight's for the title. You know, this fight is for the title. The winner of this fight will be the champion.
What can you say about your 145-pound champion, Max Holloway, stepping up in weight on 6 days' notice?
Stud. First of all, this guy hasn't lost a fight since 2013, and it was to Conor McGregor by decision. And he's beat everybody, man. He's beat everybody in the division. He's on like a 13 or 14 fight win streak, and he's a stud, man. This is the type. He's the type of guy that steps up for opportunities like this. When an opportunity pops up, and when you think about it, if he wins this fight, other than Conor McGregor, he'll be the only guy to hold 2 belts at the same time.
When you have a situation like this, a main event fall through on 6 days' notice, can you give us just any kind of idea what the promotion has to go through over the next 6 days?
Yeah, you're on suicide watch. I mean, especially for a fight this big and this anticipated. So for us to be able to pull off in a few hours Holloway versus Khabib, believe me, we are very excited.
Yeah, and that's a terrific fight. One last question on Ferguson and Khabib. This fight has now fallen through 3 different times. It's been booked 4 different times. Are we ever going to see this fight, or are we pretty much done with that match?
Hell no. I'm never making that fight ever again, ever.